Hey everyone, this is Chris Rand again with Rand and Rand with our next video lesson. This one's called color coding external sources. It's an important step that I use in my writing process when I want to reference external sources later during writing, but I need to keep track of all of them ahead of time and make sure I'm getting the source content I need to do some great copywriting. So we're back here, and as you can see, I'm now on a Forester source. If you tuned into our last video, you saw me working with this McKinsey source here, and I just copied some content over, stripping the format in Notepad and then pasting it over here in Microsoft Word. So for this one, we're going to be working with this Forester article, which I'm going to click over to now in my tab here. This is actually just an abstract for one of their reports, but it has some information in here, hypothetically, that I might want to reference in my article later. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and in my sources document here, where I'm keeping track of external sources, I'm going to copy the URL up here. So I'm going to do Control-C, or you can right-click and do copy. I'm going to go ahead and paste that URL here. So now I know where I'm getting this information from. And as you can see, I color-coded the McKinsey source. I'm going to do something similar with Forester. So since this is from Forester, I'm going to write the name of the publisher here, Forester. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, and we're going to pick a color to color code this. And there's a reason for the color coding, which is when we start using this material later in our writing, without having to write the source down or anything like that in our outline, which we'll produce later, we can just look at the color and we know that it's an external source, and we know which external source it came from. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, bold that Forester, choose a color. We're going to choose green, which is kind of Forester's color anyway. And then I'm going to take the title of the abstract here. I'm going to do my Control-C to copy, go back to Notepad, paste. As you can see, the format was stripped, which is what I want. I'm going to copy that title, Control-C, and then paste it here. Okay, and as you can see, it takes the green format that I want. And then I'm going to go ahead and look at the date of the publication, which is March 26, 2020. I might want to reference this later in the text that I'm working on when I cite my source. So I'm going to write March 26, 2020 right there. So now I have the publisher, the name of the article, and the date, and the URL, which I'll need to reference later. So the last thing I want to do, and this is a very short piece, is just pull the content that I might reference or want to use in my article that I'm writing later. And this is actually what we did in Lesson 1. So you're just seeing this again in Lesson 2. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this text that I might reference later, paste it in here to strip the formatting like before, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn on my green right here, and so now we have the text and the source, and we can see exactly where that content came from. And then if I want to copy, say, something here later and use it as a quote in my article, when I'm producing the outline, I can see where that text came from just by the color coding alone. So that's going to be really helpful in managing this information in a successful way without losing track of where your material came from. So that's lesson number 2. Hopefully you followed all that. You can always reach out to us. Just visit rand-rand.com and go to the contact us page, and you can reach out to us there. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.